A very warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. We will wait for precisely 1 minute before we start this webinar, as we have a lot more people joining in. Thank you for your patience. My mic is going to get out. Once again, a very good afternoon and a very warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us this afternoon as we are about to embark on the part 4 of our Chalo USA series of webinars. This webinar will specifically focus on self-drive family holidays, and it will be showcasing Discover Fairfax County, Memphis, Niagara Falls, USA, and Virginia. Before I introduce the speakers, I would like to just run through a few pointers for all of you who have joined in. Please note that all the attendees are on mute mode and the webcam is turned off by default. If by any technical glitch your webcam is turned on, please turn off the same immediately and log out of the system and restart your browser. Those of you who are attending this webinar using their mobile phones, please use the same in landscape mode for a better viewing experience. If you experience any issues like mixing of audio or lag, please check your internet connection and refresh the browser. Most problems get resolved by simply refreshing your page or your browser. If the issue still persists, try logging out of the system and restarting your browser. If you are experiencing low internet speed when any video is played, you might get a pop-up saying click for audio. Simply click on that and everything will be fine. In case you have any queries during the presentation, please type your queries in the Q&A tab, which has opened up on the top right-hand corner of the screen inside the webinar's control panel. This control panel can be minimized or maximized for a better viewing experience. We will answer as many questions as possible in the Q&A tab and also during the Q&A session after the presentation is over. May I now introduce Ms. Bhavika Zariwala, who is the trade manager for Brand USA in India. It's over to you, Bhavika.
Thank you, Sheldon, and good afternoon, everyone. Happy Friday, and we hope everyone's doing great. It's a rainy day in Mumbai today, and honestly, it's a great respite from the hot summers. A big warm welcome to part 4 of the Chalo USA webinar series by Brand USA, which is today going to focus on family holidays. The session will give you a quick update on what's new and what's happening on ground with our partner destinations. Today's program will be helpful for you to create self-drive family holidays in the future, which can be included in the popular New York, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, and Orlando East Coast itineraries, which many of you may already have. Joining us today are Tina Pleasant. She's the Director of Travel Trade Sales from Destination Niagara, USA. We have Kaveri Katuria, who is the Assistant Manager Marketing for Virginia Tourism Corporation. We also have Linda, which many of you may have met during our sales missions. She's the International Sales Manager for Visit Fairfax. And Lisa Cutro, who is the Global Travel Trade Director for Memphis Convention and Visitors Bureau. Here's the flow of today's webinar. Honestly, renting a car makes social distancing very easy and opens up the possibility of embarking on a comfortable and exciting American road trip. A family road trip across the United States is a very convenient and fun way of seeing a lot of diverse landscapes, experiencing different cultures, and visiting many more cities than you would in a coach tour. Most states in the USA are already open for tourism with safety measures in place for the return of leisure travel domestically as well as internationally for India once the temporary travel ban is lifted. We are aware of the huge pent-up demand to travel from India to the USA, especially for the US visa holders who are looking to get a leisure getaway or visit friends and family. Fingers crossed. Here's a quick recap of our travel trade website, which is a one-stop shop for anyone who has existing USA products or those who want to develop new US products for the future. We have our ready-to-sell insider guides, free images, as well as videos, which can be used on your company websites or social media channels for US destination promotion. We're constantly updating our website with all the latest updates. And there are some great tips available for future travel to the USA. As you plan your trip, it is a good idea to research the latest local safety guidelines and mandates for US destinations that you're considering to visit. Simple tips like calling ahead of your arrival or visiting official websites for restaurants and attractions to find out about seating and other safety measures are really helpful. This way, you and your clients can be prepared and reassured by the measures being taken by the tourism services. Brand USA has also compiled a list of links highlighting guidelines for US states, cities, hotels, and airlines, along with the CDC website, which has the most up-to-date travel policies. As you may know, the US is very accommodating to families traveling with children. From concerts and zoos to amusement parks and interactive museums, you will find no shortage of ways to keep your children entertained. Many restaurants have kid-friendly menus. Museums typically have exhibits which are targeted at children. And there are many only in the USA attractions that kids will love. Since many locations offer kid-friendly attractions, they offer reduced admission prices for kids. So make sure to check online before booking. Also, the best time to visit a museum attraction depends on what kind of experience you want. For someone who wants a quieter experience, the best time to visit is generally from Monday to Wednesdays or any weekday from September through February, which is kind of the low season. The busiest days, of course, are Saturdays and any time between mid-March to late August, which is the peak tourist season in the United States. Some museums have free admission daily. For example, the Smithsonian Museum in Washington, D.C., while others are free only on specific days or during certain hours, like the Museum of Modern Art, which is known as MoMA in New York, which provides free admission every night from 5:30 to 9 p.m. on Fridays. Those are just some of the tips that you will find on our Travel Trade website, so be sure to browse around and explore. We also have the USA Discovery Program, which is a free online training program created to upskill agents. We are currently running the virtual road trip contest, and right now we are launching the Southwest Place of Legends and Discoveries contest, for which all you have to do is complete the 3 badges on the screen and send us an email, which will enter you into a lucky draw contest, where 3 winners will win Amazon gift cards. This contest will begin today, that is Friday, the 23rd of July, and go on till Thursday next week, the 29th of July. The winner announcement will happen on Friday next week. So be sure to learn while you're having fun. A quick recap of Go USA TV, which is our OTT platform. It's free to watch with a lot of series, documentary, and films. Our 2 new shows this month are City with Bite and Flying Wild Alaska. Here's a look at the US maps. I've marked out all the destinations that will be presented today on the map for reference. We will begin with the beautiful Niagara Falls, USA, which is marked on the northern border of New York, as you see. Coming down to Virginia State, which has a great mix of beaches, lakes, mountains, rivers, and some really cool cities. We're then going to deep dive into Fairfax, which is located in Northern Virginia, which is a great family-friendly destination with outdoor activities and some of the best wineries and breweries. Before heading on to Memphis, which is the home of blues, soul, and rock and roll. It's also home to Elvis Presley's residence, Graceland, which can be visited by tourists. Our first presenter today is Tina from Destination Niagara Falls, USA. Over to Tina to take us through updates on the destination.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tina Mount Pleasant, and I'm the Director of Travel Trade Sales for Destination Niagara, USA. We want to thank Brand USA India for having us today. We're so excited to be here and be able to share with you all of our updates for Niagara Falls, USA. So we are currently open and ready for you when you start traveling to the USA again. So let's get going. A lot has changed in the world over the last year and a half. All our destination partners and businesses are taking the necessary precautions and making safety protocol changes to keep each other safe, including our hotels, locals, and tourism community in Niagara Falls, USA. Unified in safety is a shared commitment for all of us to stay safe and healthy while following recommended public health guidelines. As of April 10th, 2021, asymptomatic travelers entering New York from another country, U.S. state, or territory are no longer required to test or quarantine. Quarantine consistent with the CDC recommendations is still recommended for all travelers who are not fully vaccinated or have not recovered from laboratory-confirmed COVID-19 during the previous 3 months. For the most up-to-date information on what is open in Niagara Falls, USA, or if you need our current public health guidelines, we encourage you to visit our website, niagarafallsusa.com. When it comes to travel, half the fun is in the journey. New York City lies about 400 miles south of Niagara Falls, USA, which is about a 7-hour drive. And between the two cities is a wealth of nature, exploration, and culture. Niagara County is the perfect place for its own road trip. Make the most of it by gassing up the car and setting out to our top and new attractions around the area. Today, we'll tell you where to head for the best views and where to stop and stretch your legs along the way. Niagara Falls State Park is the perfect place to start exploring Niagara Falls, USA. It is open 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, giving visitors ample opportunity to experience the falls in all 4 seasons. There are 3 waterfalls that make up Niagara Falls: the American Falls, the Bridal Veil Falls, and the Horseshoe Falls. You will get up-close views of all 3 of them when you take the Maid of the Mist boat ride, which is only available in the USA. This tour is available from April through November, and the actual opening and closing dates vary from year to year, depending on local weather. When you purchase a ticket for the Maid of the Mist, it also gives visitors access to the observation tower and the crow's nest as well. This past year, the Maid of the Mist launched 2 new zero-emission vessels to ferry visitors to and from the majestic Niagara Falls. The new vessels are among the first all-electric passenger vessels in North America and produce 0 emissions. Another way to get up-close views of the falls is by visiting the Cave of the Winds and the World Change Tier Pavilion, another attraction that is only offered in the USA. First, visitors will be able to experience what Niagara Falls looked like before it was a park, and they'll understand why people from around the globe have been drawn to the edge of the falls for hundreds of years as they travel through the World Change Tier Pavilion. The World Change Tier Pavilion is open year-round, and visitors can experience it before they're given souvenir ponchos and then descend 175 feet into the Niagara Gorge. Visitors can make their way through the walkways and up the staircases to the top platform called the Hurricane Deck. There, they'll be able to stand under the refreshing waters of the Bridal Veil Falls. There is also an off-season gorge walk now available, which is an abbreviated version of the full Cave of the Winds experience. The Gorge Walk is offered from November through April. You are still able to enjoy the World Change Tier Pavilion and then take the elevator down to the gorge and admire the beauty of the wintry Niagara River. Free fun is just footsteps from Niagara Falls on Old Fall Street, USA. This 3-block cobblestone street connects the entrance of Niagara Falls State Park with the Seneca Niagara Resort and Casino. This versatile street features free outdoor games, live music, public art displays, bike rentals, and seasonal festivals. Be sure to grab a meal at one of the many seasonal restaurants and food carts that line the street, including the International Food Court and American favorites like the Rainforest Cafe and Hard Rock Cafe. On the new Discover Niagara shuttle, visitors are able to experience Niagara's iconic landscape, rich history, and the thriving culture and communities throughout Niagara County on this complimentary shuttle. The shuttle does pick up visitors at various locations in the downtown corridor, including Old Fall Street, USA, and it runs seasonally from May through October. Visitors are able to ride the 14-mile route along the Niagara River. On this route, you can stop at 17 different locations and experience attractions such as Niagara Power Vista, Whirlpool jet boat tours, and Old Fort Niagara. This year, the Discover Niagara shuttle has expanded their service to include a route to Lockport, New York. On this route, visitors can experience attractions such as the Erie Canal Discovery Center, Lockport Locks and Erie Canal Cruises, and the Lockport Cave and underground boat ride. Experience Niagara's ultimate adventure on a jet boat tour. This 45-minute adventure will have your customers skim along the surface of the lower Niagara River in a jet boat. We have 2 jet boat companies in Niagara County where guests will be able to learn about the river's historical significance as they begin their trip, and then they'll navigate through the Class 5 rapids of the Devil's Hole. The first company is Whirlpool Jet Boat Tours. They are open April through September and offer jet boat experiences on both open and closed boats. These tours depart from the lower Niagara River in the village of Lewiston, which is just north of downtown Niagara Falls. The second jet boat company, Niagara Jet Adventures, are able to offer an enclosed jet boat experience with limited open seating on the back of the boat. They are located in Youngstown, New York, and are open in all 4 seasons, as long as there's no ice in that river. View the majestic power and beauty of the falls from the air. With a ride on Rainbow Air helicopter tours, visitors will be able to soar above the Niagara River, Goat Island, and of course, the iconic falls. They'll view the American, Bridal Veil, and Horseshoe Falls from the lowest and closest point possible. The tour is named for the radiant rainbows that appear over the brink of the falls daily, so keep that camera handy. They are open seasonally, April through November, and operate weather permitting. While Niagara Falls State Park offers spectacular views of the majestic falls, don't miss out on visiting one or more of the other state parks near Niagara Falls, USA, and get your heart pumping with miles of hiking trails and awe-inspiring views. We have 11 state parks located throughout all of Niagara County and have listed the parks that are closest to the downtown Niagara Falls area for you here. Relax and enjoy hearing about the history of the Lockport Locks and Erie Canal Cruises in Lockport, New York, which is just a short drive east of downtown Niagara Falls. On this 2-hour boat ride, visitors are able to cruise through the historic Erie Canal and enjoy a lively narration and music from the 1800s. The boat will take you through the only set of double locks on the Erie Canal, while passing popular sites like Lockport's Upside Down Bridge and the Big Bridge. This attraction operates May through October. Our region offers a diverse collection of hotels to choose from, many within walking distance of Niagara Falls State Park and area attractions and restaurants. From luxury accommodations to popular economy brands, our collection of hotels will be able to suit any group, size, and budget. We have approximately 5,000 hotel rooms throughout Niagara County, with half of those rooms located right in the downtown Niagara Falls area. Some of our newest properties include the Hyatt Place Niagara Falls, DoubleTree by Hilton Niagara Falls, and the Cadence, which are all within steps of the Niagara Falls State Park. If you go a little farther out of the downtown area, there are other hotel options located near our shopping district, which is home to the Fashion Outlets of Niagara Falls, USA. There you can find hotels such as the Comfort Inn and Suites, Holiday Inn Express, and Microtel Inn and Suites. Thank you for joining us today on our road trip around Niagara Falls, USA. We hope to see you all again soon.
Thank you, Tina, for that wonderful presentation. You can really spend more than just one night, which is typically included on our East Coast itineraries because there's so much to do and see at Niagara Falls, USA. Coming to our next presenter for the day, we have Kaveri Katuria, who's going to tell us more about the beautiful state of Virginia. Over to Kaveri. And you can connect Niagara to Virginia on a road trip by making stops anywhere in Pennsylvania, whether it's Hershey's, Philadelphia, or Pittsburgh. Over to Kaveri.
Thank you, Bhavika. And thank you, everybody who has joined in today. We appreciate you taking the time out. Now, let me welcome you to this beautiful state, which is centrally located on America's East Coast between New York and Florida, what is also known as the Mid-Atlantic region. Well, it's the land of best theme parks, great outdoors, sunny beaches, rolling countryside leading to small towns, and trust me, much more. We will discuss all of this in detail in the upcoming slides. Virginia has been slowly and safely easing COVID restrictions. Vaccination efforts are going well across the states, and anybody who's the age of 12 or above are eligible to receive a vaccine. This is very interesting as despite the pandemic, there are a lot of new hotel openings, including the Marriott Resort and Delta Bayfront, which are, the luxury and oceanfront properties. Also, Sessions Hotel, which is basically a music themed hotel. You must be wondering why music themed. It is because Virginia is the official birthplace of country music. On the top left, you can see a map of the United States East Coast. You can see Virginia's proximity to New York, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, and Canada as well. So from here, you can take an idea how conveniently the state of Virginia is located and how you can package it in your existing and new itineraries. Also, the second map, Virginia has 10 diverse regions, as you can see on the screen. And the region that you see on the top, which is Northern Virginia, is closest to Washington, D.C. So, many times, what do people do is they stay in Virginia and they do day excursions to Washington, D.C. and other places. Now, moving on to the connectivity, it's very, very conveniently located. I am sure all of you have booked a flight to Washington Dallas International Airport. So maybe to your surprise, let me tell you that this airport is located in Northern Virginia. Hence, people might think that they're flying to Washington, D.C., but then surprisingly, they're actually landing in Virginia. In fact, all hotels around the airport are Virginia itself. Once you have reached Virginia, traveling in and around is very easy via bike lanes, water taxi, metro rail, and Amtrak. In fact, it's only 3 hours train ride from New York. Let's get to know the state of Virginia better with this video now. Now moving on to some of the key experiences that Virginia has to offer. Trust me, there are plenty, but I won't be able to cover them all today. So I have, handpicked a few for you. Firstly, it's impossible to talk about Virginia without talking about the history, as Virginia is American history icon, and it's definitely for all the history lovers. Well, if you're looking to discover, the entire span of America history, from the birth of America to today, all of that can be discovered in Virginia. Even if you are not a history lover, that's not a problem. Even then, I would say I recommend visiting Colonial Williamsburg, which is the largest living history museum in the world. And of course, a must visit if you're traveling to Virginia. Moving on to our second love, that is Virginia is for beach lovers. Well, but Virginia Beach is the warm water beach, and the water is ideal for dolphins to stay all around the year, which means that when you kayak, you are more likely to see dolphins and whales even in the winter's months. Isn't that great? Virginia is also a great destination for all the outdoor lovers. In fact, here you can visit Shenandoah National Park, which is the most visited national park in the US. One fun information for you here. So the park has no entrance fees. So yeah, isn't that great? And I often challenge people that, come up with an outdoor activity that Virginia doesn't offer. And trust me, no one has been able to give me one yet. From the world-class malls to boutique lining the streets to premium outlets, Virginia offers a diverse range of unique shopping experiences. So if a shopaholic, Virginia is a place for you. And that's not it. But before I begin about Virginia's culinary scene, let me tell you that Virginia is the birthplace of American cuisine. Oh yeah, the state has a lot of hidden facts. So we are really very popular for our fresh farmed oysters. In fact, we are called the oyster capital of the East Coast. And we have also got one 3-star Michelin restaurant by the name The Inn at Little Washington. So to your surprise, it's the only Michelin star restaurant that's located in the entire capital region. Also, everybody who's looking for vegetarian restaurants, then we have got plenty of vegetarian restaurant options all across the state. And with more than 300 wineries, Virginia is also known as the birthplace of American wine. So just not the food, we have craft breweries, we have wineries, we have a lot for you. Here, just a quick video on Virginia's food scene for you. All right, so we will show you a sample itinerary now, and we will be sending you the recording so that you can refer to this later as well. The beauty of this itinerary is that all these cities are located almost 45 minutes to an hour distance. Hence, you have got plenty of time to discover the destination like a local rather than spending time on roads. So here we begin the trip from Northern Virginia, which I mentioned before, it's closest to Washington, D.C. And then from here, we head to the Shenandoah Valley. As I always say, do not miss to take the most scenic drives. One is Skyline Drive and the other is Blue Ridge Parkway. Both these drives are extremely scenic and beautiful. Continuing the same map, as you can see, we have added Charlottesville and Richmond to the itinerary now. Richmond is the capital city of Virginia and has become a foodie destination. From Richmond, head to Williamsburg, which has the best theme parks of the state, including Water Country, USA, and then head further to Virginia Beach, which we discussed during my earlier slides. Lastly, as I mentioned before, Virginia is the birthplace of country music. So let me show you this fun video, which might force you to put your dancing shoes on. So yeah, let's watch this video together.
Y'all ready to have a good time? Listen to some good music from right here in the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Well, I hope you enjoyed traveling virtually to this exciting crooked road. In case you need any information, please feel free to contact me. I would be happy to assist. You have got my email ID here. You can note it down. And then whenever you need any sort of information or if you have any queries regarding Virginia, please feel free to contact.
Thank you, Kaveri, for that lovely presentation. So much of culture overflowing from Virginia State. We're now going to move on to our next presentation by Linda Horowitz, who's the International Sales Manager for Visit Fairfax. which is in Northern Virginia. Over to Linda.
Hello, everyone, and thank you all for tuning in today. My name is Linda Horowitz, and I'm the Tour and Travel Sales Manager for Fairfax County in Virginia. We're lucky here in Fairfax to enjoy the best of both worlds. We're just minutes away from the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., but also have a unique Virginia history of our own and one-of-a-kind attractions. For instance, did you know that Fairfax County boasts 3 of the top 25 most visited attractions in the nation's capital region? Today, I'll share with you some of these experiences that are exclusive to Fairfax County, from visiting the home of the first president of the U.S. to exploring our wine country and some of the best shopping on the East Coast. But first, let's start with a short destination video as a teaser to just give you an introduction to our destination. First, let's start with where Fairfax County is. We're located in the northern part of the state of Virginia, and we're approximately 24 kilometers west of Washington, D.C., and we're south of the state of Maryland. Together, the 3 jurisdictions, Maryland, Virginia, and Washington, D.C., make up the National Capital Region. Fairfax County is also close to 3 airports: Dulles International Airport to the west, which has non-stop flights to New Delhi, Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport to the east, and Baltimore Washington International Airport in Maryland. We have over 100 hotels totaling 20,000 rooms throughout the county. There's something for every budget and preference, from 5-star properties to budget-friendly hotels and everything in between. And our hotel rates tend to be about 30% more affordable than what you'll find in downtown DC. Our proximity to the nation's capital and excellent price value make us an ideal base camp for visitors who are planning to visit the National Capital Region. And we're happy to help you find the right property for your clients. 2 new properties that will soon open are the Archer Hotel, an urban chic boutique hotel in Tyson's Corner for guests seeking luxury accommodations. It's opening later this summer, and the 2 images on the right-hand side are from the Archer Hotel. And then delivering later in October this year is the Watermark Hotel, an all-suite hotel located at the newly constructed Capital One Hall in Tyson's area. Now, onto our self-drive family holiday. Here's a map of the stops we'll be taking during our virtual tour through Fairfax. We'll start outdoors at Great Falls National Park, make our way further south, before winding up in outer space at the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum on the western border of Fairfax County. So let's begin our tour of Fairfax with the great outdoors. Start with a rewarding and breathtaking view of waterfalls at the Great Falls National Park. This iconic park is located just 24 kilometers from Washington, D.C., and offers beautiful trails for walking or hiking. There are 3 lookout spots, each providing a different view of the Potomac River and the Great Falls. All 3 of these overlooks are within a short walk of the visitor center, so easily accessible even for guests who might have mobility issues. A park ranger is available to meet and welcome groups and provide a park introduction, including pointing out easy hikes to do if your group is interested in them. Next, we'll stop for lunch and a little retail therapy at some of the best shopping you'll find on the East Coast. Tyson's Corner Shopping has over 500 stores and restaurants within walking distance of each other, spread across 2 neighboring malls. An insider tip for you. At Tyson's Corner Center Mall, show your out-of-town identification, for instance your passport, at the concierge desk, and you'll receive a complimentary shopping and dining visitor savings pass with more than $750 worth of special discounts and offers from participating stores and restaurants. Tyson's Corner also offers a meal voucher program for tour groups of 10 or more, giving you a convenient option when your groups prefer to select their own meals from different participating restaurants. The newest developments in Tyson's Corner, the Borough, is a shopping and dining and entertainment district. Enjoy free live music featuring local artists over the summer, as well as other events throughout the year. And coming later this summer is the Perch, considered a park in the sky. This space will have interactive modern art sculptures, an amphitheater for live performances, a game plaza, and a beer garden. Now, if you're going to Washington, D.C., where you'll see the White House, why not plan to visit the home of the first President of the United States, right here in Fairfax County? George Washington's Mount Vernon is the most visited estate in the U.S., with over 1 million visitors annually. The estate sits on 385 acres, and in Washington's time was an incredible 8,000 acres large. Enjoy a docent-led tour of the mansion, visit the gardens, Washington's tomb, or tour the working farm. You can also visit the fully functioning reconstructions of the grist mill and whiskey distillery and learn how George Washington was one of the largest producers of whiskey in his time. Don't forget to stop and shop for unique gifts at the gift store. Here, you can purchase George Washington's rye whiskey, which is produced using the same 18th century methods used during Washington's time. This whiskey is recognized as the official spirit of Virginia. Next, head just 11 kilometers south to Fairfax's newest museum. The National Museum of the U.S. Army is the first and only national museum to comprehensively tell the 245-year U.S. Army history. The Experiential Learning Center offers a unique and immersive opportunity for visitors of all ages to develop skills and have fun with geography, science, technology, engineering, and math, or GSTEM, as the Army calls it. Visitors can simulate the work of Army soldiers in GSTEM through various scenarios. For instance, applying your technology skills to operate an unmanned aerial vehicle, to be the eyes in the sky helping those on the ground do their job, or using your engineering know-how to build and repair bridges to keep people and supplies moving safely across waterways. The museum also has a virtual reality simulation gallery and multi-sensory theater, which envelope you in sight, sound, and movement during a short film. Next, let's relax in the afternoon with some wine tasting. Fairfax County is home to 2 historic and beautiful wineries, Paradise Springs Winery and the winery at Bull Run. Considered to be the gateway to Virginia's wine country, Fairfax's wineries are the closest to Washington, D.C., and are home to a selection of wonderful award-winning Virginia wines. Be sure to sample some great varietals that are only found in Virginia. For instance, Norton, which is a red varietal, or Viognier, a white varietal. And to introduce a little history to your wine time, the winery at Bull Run overlooks the historic Manassas National Battlefield Park. This is the location of the first major battle of the American Civil War. Both wineries offer tours and tastings for groups, as well as private event space if you're looking for a truly special dinner venue. Next, let's enjoy all things chocolate at the intimate family-owned River Sea Chocolate Factory and Liquid Chocolate Cafe. This is the first chocolate factory in Fairfax County and features sustainable chocolates containing single-origin cacao, organic and ethically sourced ingredients with no artificial flavorings. At River Sea, visitors can indulge their creative and sweet side with bean-to-bar tours to learn how cacao is harvested and made into the end product that is chocolate as we know it. They can also take part in chocolate tastings or chocolate bar decorating classes using natural ingredients like nuts, seeds, dried fruits, spices, and even rose petals. Another interesting thing they could do, and this is a new addition to River Sea Chocolates, is make chocolate bombs. So you can see in the image on the right-hand side, a lady making a chocolate bomb, and the final product will look like the center lower image. And here's a short clip of the final result with the chocolate bomb. You pour some hot milk on it and wait for it. It explodes to reveal some marshmallows and hot chocolate. So a really exciting way to just enjoy hot chocolate and be something that you've crafted yourself. Our final stop is in outer space at the Udvar-Hazy Center. It is part of the Smithsonian Museums and is the sister location of the Air and Space Museum in Washington, D.C. Did you know that together, the two locations hold the world's largest aviation and space collection? Located just 10 minutes from Dulles Airport, the museum contains rare aerospace artifacts and highlights like the Space Shuttle Discovery. You're in for a treat with their docent-led group tours. Many of these docents are retired military or civilian pilots and aviation specialists who love to share their knowledge and first-hand insights. Admission to the museum, like other Smithsonian museums, is free. Now for dinner, our vibrant and cosmopolitan dining scene will leave you spoiled for choice. Fun fact, Fairfax County is home to one of the largest populations of Koreans on the East Coast and is well known to have some of the best authentic Korean food in the capital region. So you can excite your taste buds with Asian fusion food at The Block, a trendy food hall featuring multiple dining outlets, or enjoy maybe a successive dinner at Mosaic. And Mosaic is a lively and walkable town center that has lots of boutique stores and gourmet dining. The Mosaic is a great option if you want to offer your clients free time and a chance to shop and have a meal on their own. Or you could even dine like George Washington would with a dinner at Mount Vernon Inn. The inn features early American cuisine with dishes like that was served in Washington's lifetime, for instance, Virginia's famous peanut soup or a delicious pot pie. Now, on a final note, I just want to share with you that Fairfax County is open and ready to welcome you back. Our attractions and hotels and other tourism-related businesses have all posted their safety protocols on our website. And you simply need to go to the URL provided on this slide, and you can search by type of business, for instance, search by hotels, attractions, restaurants, or by keyword or location to see what that specific venue is doing in terms of creating safety and comfortable environs for visitors. And with that, I conclude my presentation. Thank you again for your time today, and I hope to see you in Fairfax County. There's my contact information. Please don't hesitate to get in touch if there's anything I can do to help you and your clients come to Fairfax and have a wonderful time. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda, for that lovely overview of Fairfax. We're now going to move on to our next presentation for the day. We have Lisa Catron from Memphis Convention and Visitors Bureau, who has a really fun presentation lined up for us. Over to Lisa.
Thank you so much, Brand USA, for that wonderful introduction. But guess what? I am training India. So great to be here and want to welcome you to Memphis, home of the blues, soul, and rock and roll. I'm going to amplify your experience at a whole new level of my city. You're going to feel the soul and sound of vibrant and sizzling lights that kisses the mighty Mississippi River, which is called the Mighty Lights. You're going to roll that music track back and follow the footsteps where legends live, perform, and march on the streets of Memphis that only you can experience history at that time. And with that history, I'm going to introduce you to you over 60 plus attractions in Memphis. Actually, we just added another one today, which is the Ida B. Wells statue. Just opened up right on Beale Street, where First Baptist Church is located in Memphis, Tennessee. Also, you're going to get a chance to capture, the culinary scene, the brewery scene, the distillery scene, and all the entertainment neighborhoods. Yes, you are welcome in my backyard when it comes down to Memphis. But first, let me just tease you just a little bit with this video that's going to be coming up. Let's go ahead and get started.
Anywhere you go in Memphis, there is a story waiting to be told, a song that connects to your heart and stays with your soul. Beale Street's biggest outdoor stage is gearing up with live music citywide every day of the week. So get loud, get live, get here. Check out our lineup, plus trip ideas and hotel deals at memphistravel.com/getaway.
And when we're talking about get loud, you definitely got to get away, but we got to play it safe. So when we're playing it safe, we definitely want to talk about what's going on in Memphis and our updates when it comes down to the COVID-19. Vaccinations open to those 12 and over, with over 375,000 Memphians having at least their first dose. Face coverings are now recommended, not required, except on public transportation and businesses that require them. Restaurants, sporting events, and attractions are open at their manageable full capacity. So that's what's happening in Memphis right now. But you got to find out more to love about Memphis when it comes down to Crosstown, which is another entertainment district and also neighborhood that you want to take advantage of. Bottoms up when it comes down to new breweries and also tap rooms, and toast to Bass Pro Shop. Bass, Mississippi Terrace. You definitely want to take advantage of that and check out Graceland's new interactive experience. Enjoy the Grove at G-Pack, and also WC Handy Park just been renovated. I got so much to tell you all, so you might as well just buckle up and get ready for Miss Lisa that's going to entertain you when it comes down to Memphis. Media mentions, yes, the best American cities for live music. 15 of the best U.S. cities for the weekend trip. Yeah, you better come on down to me. I don't think we just a weekend trip. I think we more so of a 5-day and 4-day destination. So you definitely want to stay overnight, several nights in Memphis. 14 best road trips in America and the best barbecue joints in the United States. You better get ready to get your lips smacking when it comes down to our food. We got you covered. Why should you visit Memphis? Me. Nah, just joking. Not just me. But when it comes down to my destination, it's got over 60 plus attractions, legendary live music, diverse culinary scene that you can take advantage of. You can visit Graceland, You can visit National Civil Rights Museum. You can visit Shelby Farms Park. I could just go on and on when it comes down to the attractions. Legendary live music that's all over, up and down on Beale Street. I told you we're the home of the blues, soul, and also rock and roll. So you better recognize when it comes down to Memphis. And then you got the diverse culinary scene. You know, Memphis has a reputation of feeding its visitors well. So I'm going to make sure you get fed when you come down to Memphis. Graceland. People from all over the world come and see Graceland. Graceland is one of our wonderful landmarks. You get a chance to tour the car museum. You know, his humble beginnings from the very beginning, from Tupelo, Mississippi, all the way to Memphis, Tennessee. You get a chance to follow, you know, his footsteps, you know, from the recording studio with Sun Records, Sun Studio, and also you get a chance to follow the footsteps of his movies that he recorded. But, you know, with Graceland, they had a lot going on, and I have so much going on. It actually takes about 4.5 hours to tour this wonderful museum. So you cannot leave this off your itinerary. And you can stay at Guest House at Graceland, just steps away from Graceland Mansion. You know, it is boldly decorated, also with various golds and silver. I mean, you just can't get no better than that. The 200,000 square foot Elvis Presley Memphis complex features 11 Elvis themed exhibits, 10 new interactive attractions that's on property. Yeah, so you get ready. And then a little tidbit I want to tell you about when it comes down to Graceland, not too far, right around the corner, you got to go to Hernando's Hideaway. Check that out. Look it up on the website. So Graceland, you definitely want to take advantage of that. Also, along with that, you got music attractions, other music attractions that you can pair with Graceland, such as Sun Studio, where Elvis actually got his start. Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis, Roy Orbison, B.B. King, Ike Turner, Howlin' Wolf, Muddy Waters. I can go on and on. A lot of these great musicians came from the Delta region of Mississippi that ties in with Memphis. Along with that, you have backbeat bus tours. With backbeat bus tours, you can actually take advantage of that. Backbeat bus tours, and also Edge Motor Museum. With Edge Motor Museum, you can take yourself back in the 50s. You know, it's from the post-war all the way to 74. Also, along with that, you got the Smithsonian Memphis Rock and Soul Museum. With the Smithsonian Memphis Rock and Soul Museum, oh, I can just go on and on. Every song that has been recorded, every song that has Memphis on it. You know, it started out picking cotton on the mighty Mississippi River, singing hymns, from hymns to rock and roll, from rock and roll that drifted into soul. That's what Memphis music is all about. So you definitely want to pair Memphis music with Graceland. And you got the National Civil Rights Museum. With the National Civil Rights Museum, which is called the Lorraine Motel, and they had the Lorraine Hotel. You know, by me just recently having a fam here this week, taking a walking tour, you know, you always learning something day by day. So when you come there, you're going to learn so much history, rich history about our city, you know, that took place during the time that Martin Luther King was here, you know, during the march. And he came here for the civil rights of the sanitation worker. And that's the reason why you see the sign, which is called I Am a Man. You know, Memphis was trying to tell, you know, the city government and also our local officials that we need to get equal pay. The sanitation workers need to get equal pay. So that's the reason why Dr. King came here to march. And then sadly, on April the 4th, that fatal shot took place in 1968, which changed the whole complexion of the world. You definitely want to go to National Civil Rights Museum, and you need to compare this along with other music and civil rights tours. Stax Museum of American Soul Music. This is where Isaac Hayes recorded. Sam and Dave, Booker T and the MGs, they all came right out of here. And I got another little smart thing I need to tell you about. Did you all know that Elvis recorded a lot of his gospel songs here? Yes, they did. Now, this wonderful museum used to be a movie theater. Yes, you know, when Dr. King was assassinated, everything started crumbling down. But we revitalized this wonderful landmark. And what it is today, it actually helped students right today. They have a charter school there, and they do have a professional academy that's there. You know, typically Justin Timberlake, he always do webinars and videos, and even visits Stax Museum and talk to the students. 99.9%, all of these students that attend the charter school actually have a 4-year scholarship, and they go to college to be professional musicians. Then you have a tour possibility. You get a chance to see all these landmarks where Dr. King did his sanitation march right on this location, which is Claiborne Temple. And also they go to various areas like Mason Temple, and then collaborating that with the Ernest Withers Museum that's located downtown, along with W.C. Handy's home and the park and Slave Haven, the Underground Railroad. Yes, we got a lot to tell you about the Civil Rights Trail and also the history. I can throw some little food up in there too. And you have Shelby Farms Park. With Shelby Farms Park, it is absolutely a beautiful oasis, and it covers so many acres of land, actual bison that's located in the land, on the land. You have restaurant, you got activities, you got festivals that goes on there. You know, it is a 4,500 acre of farmland that's turned into a park, one of the largest urban parks in the country. It has over 40 miles of trail, both paved and unpaved. Definitely, it's actually, you know, I got a chance to take a tour on one of the green lines. You know, I did a biking tour, and I was just like, wow, this is in my city. Can you believe this is in my city? You got to come. You definitely got to come and take advantage of it. And when you're collaborating and putting your itinerary together of the great outdoors, you definitely want to put Shelby Forest Park. You definitely want to go to Beale Street Landing. You know, why not go canoeing on one of the Wolf Rivers and or do paddle boarding? That's right beside the Mississippi River. Why not take Big River Crossing, and you can cross right over in the middle of the river, where you can be on the Arkansas side or you can be on the state of Tennessee side. Yes, that is in Memphis. So you definitely want to take advantage of the great outdoors. Festivals, activities. Every year we have Memphis in May. We have Africa in April. We have Mempho Fest. We have the Italian Fest. I mean, just so much opportunity in Memphis, Tennessee. Rail Garden. You got Carolina Watershed. You have Lofton Yard. All these indoor, outdoor activities on the great outdoors. Slide in. It's a restaurant. Have live music outside. That indoor, outdoor. You're definitely going to love Memphis, especially down on South Main. But I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about South Main and the live music and neighborhoods. We got, of course, Beale Street, Overton Square, Cooper and Young, Broad Avenue, Highland Strip, you know, South Main Street, South City, just to name a few, Pinch District. Just so much that's happening in Memphis. You know, culinary, food, crosstown. You can do cooking classes in Memphis, a lot of live music in neighborhoods. You definitely want to know our history in Memphis. And then when it comes down to new development and hotels, Hyatt Centric, that's located on Beale Street. Now, that was not the first hotel. They have several hotels back in the day in the early 1800s and early 1900s. One particular hotel, I'm going to take you way back, was Clark Hotel. Clark Hotel is actually the location where Blue City Cafe is located. Also with Hyatt Centric, Hyatt Centric has a total of 227 rooms, and it's called Beck and Call, where the rooftop is located overlooking the mighty Mississippi River. Also, you have the Memphian Hotel. The Memphian Hotel has 106 rooms that's located in the Overton Square area, which is the only hotel that's there right today. It is in a theater district, so you definitely want to take advantage of that. The Canopy by Hilton. The Canopy by Hilton has 174 rooms, and that's located downtown Memphis, just walking distance from Beale Street. Also, you have Central Station Memphis. Central Station Memphis, actually, an Amtrak train runs through there. It comes from Chicago, hits St. Louis, hit Memphis, go down through Mississippi, and ends up in New Orleans. So if you want to do Rail River Road and Runway, this is the way to go. Live DJ when you check in, you can hear your music. A really cool restaurant that's located, which is called Bishop's. So Central Station is definitely a place you definitely want to overnight at. The Arrive. I have arrived when it comes down to Memphis, which is blocks away from Central Station, but right across the street from National Civil Rights Museum. They have a wonderful restaurant that's called Hustle and Dough. And I mean, when it comes down to Hustle and Dough, they have the best. If you like avocado and toast, divine. It is divine. It's delicious. So you definitely want to take advantage of that. Beer, bourbon, and barbecue tours. We got it. I actually got a chance to take a barbecue tour. It's called Tasting Around Town. And typically that tour starts at 2 in the afternoon and ends, I say, around about 5:30. Take you to the best barbecue locations, give you an overall history of Memphis. And then also along with that, you know, you get a chance to do brewery tours like Wiseacre, which is one of the tours. Also, you have Grind City Brewing. You have, Beale Street Brewing. You have Hempline Brewing, just to name a few. And then also with that bourbon, we talk about bourbon. Yes, we do have that whiskey, Old Dominic's. It is absolutely phenomenal. So, and then you can mix it up with some little fried chicken. Yeah, we good with fried chicken. We got Gus's to be exact. So you definitely want to take advantage of that. And look at that barbecue. We known for our dry rub, and that is the famous Rendezvous Barbecue Restaurant. We got Central Barbecue. We got Cozy Corner. We got it all. Pig on Bill. I can go on and on. You got Blue City Cafe. You got BB King's. It's just, like I said, over 60. I can't name them all. They all are good, but they specialize in various things. You got Pig on Bill, the barbecue shop. I didn't mention that. They're known for their barbecue spaghetti. So if you like spaghetti, get it with some barbecue sauce. And then, of course, the riverboat cruises. We have the American Queen, the American Cruise Line, and also the Viking that embarks and disembarks in Memphis, Tennessee. If you're planning on having a cruise that's coming to Memphis, stay over 2 nights. They either stay at the Peabody Hotel, the Sheraton Hotel. The River Inn is one of their hotels. Also at Guest House at Graceland, they stay there. So the river cruise excursion goes all the way from St. Louis, Memphis, and go down into New Orleans. And I forgot, not our neighbors. I couldn't forget our neighbors in Mississippi. They do overnight in Vicksburg and also in Natchez, Mississippi. So take advantage of the river cruises. And when it comes down to get loud, I think I got loud today. When it comes down to activating concerts, I've been bringing several people from not all over the world, but in this area, in the United States, they've been visiting. Everybody's been putting product together, so you can contact some of those receptive operators because they're going to get loud for you when it comes down to booking all these hotel rooms, but not only the hotel rooms, the attractions as well. So let's get started with this last video. Did I tease you a lot when it comes down to Memphis? It's time to book, Memphis. So aren't you ready? Let me put my glasses on so I can see. All right. Lisa Catron is looking for you to come to my great destination, Memphis, home of the blues, soul, and rock and roll. So let's do a little shake, rattle, and roll here. And guess what? Lisa got some soul. Check it out. And thank you, Brand USA. I am Lisa, your Global Travel Trade Director for Memphis Tourism, and I look forward to welcoming all your visitors and your guests that's coming to my great destination. All right, y'all gotta make sure y'all look me up. Hey, you might find me on Beale Street or one of those entertainment districts. I'll be jamming, so I want you to jam with me. Memphis, home of the blues, soul, and rock and roll.
A big thank you to Lisa for that wonderful presentation and insight into Memphis. Lisa's definitely got a lot of soul. Now, this brings us to the end of our presentation today. We have part 5 of the Chalo USA webinar series taking place on the 17th of August at 3 p.m. India time, where we're going to have the latest updates from major cities like New York, Philadelphia, LA, as well as Santa Monica. So stay tuned. Today's webinar will end on the registration page in case you'd already like to register. And yes, I really hope you enjoyed the presentation. Lisa is a great, great storyteller. Before we end, we have some time for Q&As. I've been taking your questions on the chat box, but as of now, let me just say that we are awaiting updates for the reopening of the borders, so we do not have a concrete update as yet, but fingers crossed. And as soon as we know, you all will be definitely the first one to know. Also, under our handout page, we have all the websites listed from all the destinations that have presented today. We also have the US Embassy India website where you can access updates for visa, as well as other travel updates that you may be looking for. And there's also a feedback form under the handouts. Please do let us know what you thought of today's webinar. Is there anything we can do better? What would you like to see and what you thought of today? All you need to do is go under handouts and click on the download button that will open up the website in your browser that you're using at this point of time. We'll also be sending a follow-up email with the webinar recording, as well as all the travel trade websites, along with the presenter's email address details so that you can reach out to them in the future whenever you have any requests. Thank you so much, guys, for your feedback. It's great to see, and we really appreciate you taking out the time today and joining us. We wish you a wonderful weekend ahead, and many of you already have my email address. Feel free to get in touch with me if there's anything that I can do to help. I really hope you all enjoyed today's presentation, and it showed you a really new dimension of the United States with all these new destinations that are really not as well known in our market, because we tend to do the usual traditional East Coast products. But there's so much to do and see, and that's the entire objective of our Chalo USA webinar series, So I really hope, it kind of educated on newer opportunities to promote newer destinations within the US. All of them are easily accessible by road. There's plenty of, domestic connectivity available at really great prices by air as well. So thanks everyone for joining us. Have a lovely weekend. Stay safe till next time. Bye-bye.